Yeah, I gotta light the tower up for this. Yeah. Okay.
So you know when I started entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
I started entrepreneurship when I was 9 years old.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. I'll tell you. So I used to go buy, like, the first thing I ever did. I had Eid money. Eid money is like our celebration in Islam.
Yes.
I forgot how much I had, maybe $30.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this $30 is gonna run out. I'm gonna buy toys, gonna run out. So what can I do with this $30? What do I know how to do? I know how to shovel snow. It was winter. So, okay, I'll be honest, I also got the idea from my older brothers. I'm not gonna act like I'm this genius 9-year-old. Who also inspired
These
me.
are humble.
No, 100%. Like, I'm acting like
Yeah.
I'm like Jeff Bezos, like, come with this idea. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I was like, let's take this money, let's go buy a shovel. I remember the shovel was like $12. I bought it and I started knocking on doors in my neighborhood. And then I'm like, you want me to shovel your snow? They're like, how much? I'm like, I don't know, $10. I'm like, not interested. And I look back now, I'm like, okay, if a 9-year-old or 10-year-old came to my door and is hustling, trying to make money, I would 100% hire that kid.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm thinking about it, like, one person in my neighborhood hired me. But guess what? That one person, I ended up, like, I guess not having a contract with them or an agreement. They said, you shovel my snow every time it snows for $75 a month, starting October until April. So even if it doesn't snow in April, I'll still pay the $75. And I had that contract or whatever you want to call it for many years. I think until I was like 14, and it was good. It was good. So that's where the entrepreneurship started. That's where it started. Started with the shovel.
So why did you go into law? What made you choose and pursue law?
Okay, so there wasn't like, I guess, one moment in time where it just happened. It's always something you want to do, and you're not sure why. Okay, you know, like when you're younger, you want to be an astronaut, you want to be a doctor, a dentist, just because it seems cool, it seems fun, etc. So for me, I want to be a lawyer because I don't have a choice. So I'm like, okay, well, lawyers seems way cooler.
Yeah.
Get to wear nice suits.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that, like, all jokes aside, that's actually why I went into it, because I'm like, okay, lawyer, a doctor, I'm going to become a lawyer. This is around grade 9.
Grade 9?
Yeah.
Oh, so that early?
Yeah, that early.
Oh, my God.
To be honest, I actually enjoyed, or I remember in grade 9, we studied the YCJA. And it was really interesting to me. We learned about the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. We went to the courthouse in grade 9. And I just was really, I guess, attracted to the law, and seeing lawyers, the way they make submissions, and just seeing the way the court system works. And I thought it was very interesting. So definitely it wasn't going down the doctor road. So I'm going down the lawyer road. And then it never actually hit me until I was an undergrad. Let me tell you what happened. So we said I was doing business. All right. I did business before law. I sold a car. At the time, I didn't know I had a lien on it. Okay, I didn't know there was these things called lien checks. Okay, so I sold the car that had a lien on it.
Okay.
And then I don't even know what happened. I think it was on my second year university.
Yeah.
And then I get a demand letter. You know what a demand letter is, right? You work at a law firm. Mm-hmm. It's like they threaten you that if you don't, whatever the demand is, comply with the demand, you'll be pursuing legal action. It's just a threat. So I remember I received this demand letter in the mail, and I remember it came on this thick paper, heavy-duty legal paper, you know. I forget what the firm was. I would love to find that demand letter and see my first interaction as an adversary in a litigation matter. Anyways, it was like, if you don't, so I think the lien was like $4,500. It's like, if you don't pay off this loan or this lien, then we're going to pursue legal action against you. And honestly, like, it's not like right now we're joking about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
but
it's not a big deal. At the time, I'm telling you, I don't know what I was reading, but I thought I'm going to jail. Oh. I thought I'm going to jail. I thought whatever, right? So what do? There was a lawyer I used for some traffic tickets. I called him up, and I'm stressed out of my mind. Like, I took like so long to get back to me. You know, lawyers are busy guys. So during that time, I'm like under so much stress, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to like research things read articles online. And, you know, especially when you read things online, it's the worst. It's like, it's like, oh, you can be liable for this. You can be liable for up to 10 years in like prison. Like, I don't even know what I was reading. So finally I go to the office, I see him. Yeah. And he reviewed it. And honestly, he explained to me the situation. He explained to me what a demand letter is. He explained to me what we can do. He negotiated on my behalf and got me a crazy resolution. I ended up paying the guy out, and we resolved the matter fully. But I just remember I was under so much stress, and just going to his office and in that hour sitting down with him and him resolving it for me, it really made me appreciate the power that a lawyer has to change people's lives and take them from a difficult situation, put them into a better situation, taking them from murky waters, as my criminal law professor said in first year, into smooth sailing waters. And for somebody who witnessed that firsthand, that's when it really clicked with me in my second year. And I said, okay, these lawyers are clearly doing something differently. They clearly have the potential to change somebody's life for the better.
Oui.
And so for me, I thought, let's keep on going. Like I said, I was probably going to go into law school anyways. I was doing business in my undergrad. I wasn't really, didn't really have direction. It's kind of in the back of my head. Then after that, I really locked in. I'm like, this is what I want to do. You know what's crazy? If you think about it objectively, I just received a demand letter for $4,500, which is, it's not a small amount, but you know, think about people who get served with a claim for like 500,000. You know what I mean? Think about somebody who's their house is gonna foreclose on them. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what the stress they go through? And they have families and stuff, and they might lose their house, right? And you go see a lawyer, and like, they hook it up.
Yeah,
They take care of business. I remember my principal and my mentor, Amran Qureshi. He's a partner at DLA Piper now. He said it very plainly, cogently. He said, you know what a lawyer does? A lawyer puts out fires, or they prevent fires from happening. And I think mentorship is so important.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
Because we are going through life. This is the first time we're living life. We don't know everything. We have some guidance, but we don't know everything, okay? For me, personally, I had mentors up to this point. Even now, I still have mentors, and I have mentors for a long time in the future, okay? One thing about mentors is that they help prevent mistakes that you may have made and had to learn from. They just guide you without having to make those mistakes, and it increases the efficiency, keeps you on track, and they help you get to where you have to go. Okay, like for me, I had usually different types of mentors. I have mentors in my family, my brothers, my father. I also have mentors specifically in a niche area that I need help with. So even if it's entrepreneurship and business, I would have a mentor that would help me in that area of business. When I was an undergrad, I had a mentor who was a bit ahead of me in undergrad that would help me, say, choose the classes that are most favorable for your GPA, to put kindly.
That's important.
Or I had a mentor who was in law school when I was an undergrad that's, bridging that gap for me, telling me, okay, you got to study for the outside like this, you got to take this prep course, helping me to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Then once I'm in law school, now there's undergrads that are hitting me up, asking me, hey, how did you get into law school? And I tell them, because somebody did that favor for me, so then I have to repay that favor. And then even when I was articling, I have my principal, I have all of the senior lawyers that have been helping me. When I opened up Berjak Law, of course, I have mentors and people who have already opened and established law firms that told me what it's like, what to do, things like that. Yeah. And to this day, and I'm telling you, in the future, I'll always need mentors, because this profession, there is so much information, you can never know it all. It's always changing. It's dynamic. Always going to need a mentor that is a little bit ahead of you, specialized, that can guide you there. You want to succeed in this profession? You want to succeed generally in life? I think you should not be shy to reach out to mentors and, go from there. Like, I don't think I would have been where I am today without all the people who supported me and pulled me into this direction and gave me guidance. Law school for the U of A, and for most law schools in Canada, they take your last 2 years.
Okay.
Or 3 years. You have to do your research, but for U of A at the time when I applied, they looked at your last 2 years, your GPA.
Okay.
So my third and fourth year, like, you're just focused trying to get the highest possible GPA. Those 2 years fly by. Okay. And then you got to write the LSAT. So you write the LSAT, that's going to, study for 3, 4, 5 months, whatever it is. That flies by. Next thing you know, inshallah, as we say, you get into law school. But once you're in law school, like, you're chilling. It's just a roller coaster. You just keep moving all the way until you're a lawyer and you don't even feel it. No, I'm serious. The hard part is undergrad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
for me, at least, the hardest part was getting into law school. And okay, look, objectively, I don't know if it was the actual hardest work that I did, but it's like with the stress, the uncertainty, you're just striving to be the best. You're just striving to get the highest possible marks. If you got an A-, you got anything below excellence, it stressed you out, because you know how competitive it is to get into law school. And so carrying that stress really comes imposing sometimes on yourself. And for me, that is what I think made the hardest part of this process, is getting into law school. And specifically the LSAT. LSAT is, for me at least, was very stressful because it is one exam that I would say weighs about 50% of your application, which, it does, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one exam. So you're going in there and you can't mess up. Like, you have to kill it. And I think now they do it where if you redo it again, they don't average it anymore. They just take the highest like the highest LSAT that you did in your application. But when I applied, they didn't do that. They averaged it. So like if you messed up, like you messed up, like you killed your chances. Yeah, it was savage back then. It's crazy.
Back then, when was back then? Like
back in the Stone Ages.
Stone Ages.
Yes, it was the BC days.
No, I don't.
No, I got into law school in 2019.
2019. That's not back then. It's a couple years.
Couple years, yeah, it was not bad. Don't strive to be the best, because there's always going to be somebody better than you, but always strive for excellence because you know what you're capable of, and you put your all your efforts forward. You know what you're capable of doing, and that is what will give you success and contentment and satisfaction in yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, the workload is not any less than undergrad. And undergrad, actually, I think law school you maybe put in more work and more hours. But remember what I told you, it's that stress factor is kind of removed. I mean, you're still stressed out. You got to do well in your exams. You got to get articling, all that stuff. But it's a way less. So when you remove the stress factor, it's just like, okay, just got to put the work in and I'll be fine. Yeah. But Ahmed is my partner. He's my older brother. And we went to law school together. It was a lot of fun. And now we open up this firm together. It's the best thing. Like family is everything. So me and Ahmed open up this place. And inshallah, we hope to do great things in this community and beyond.
Looks like you got $3
Thank you very much. This is a start. This is like a alhamdulillah for everything. You don't want to say I did this, I did that, because everything comes from God. Everything comes from Allah. And so if Allah gave us the opportunity to open up this firm, then we say we'd be grateful for that. And we say, okay, what do we got to do here to improve the lives of others? And we start with our community. And if God wills, expand beyond there. But it starts right here in this office.
How long has it been since you've opened this firm?
Well, almost a year now.
Almost a year. Oh,
almost a year. I think, we signed the lease here in August. So
August. No.
But we never officially opened up launched, the hard launch. We hard launched in October of 2024, but we were open before then servicing our clients. We just did a hard launch,
Oh, we did a hard launch.
Okay. So going into law school,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a criminal lawyer.
Okay.
Yes, a criminal lawyer. I don't know why, but criminal lawyers are like the ones you see in the movies. And in our community, the Arab community, the criminal lawyer, like the top Arabic lawyers at the time, and still now, I think, were like criminal lawyers. There was like Jake Shadi, Shadi Mustarah. These guys were heavy duty criminal lawyers. And so these guys were like so, I guess, influential. I mean, like when I was growing up, these are the guys I looked up to. So I'm like, I'm going to do criminal law. Seems cool. Plus, I love advocacy. I love making submissions, all that type of thing. So that's just all I knew, right? I didn't you always hear about corporate law and these other types of law, but you don't really know what exactly they do. But you know what a criminal lawyer does. You see them in the movies. Everyone's educated on criminal law. So I went into the area thinking I'm going to do criminal law. So listen to this. We're going to go back to mentorship. At the time, my friend Bilal, who was in 3L, I was in 1L. I told him I wanted to do criminal law. He's like, okay, sounds good. He's like, why don't you just apply for the 1L summer position? Because, you can work 1L with usually it's like corporate law firms. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do corporate law. Why would I do that? He's like, just trust me. If you get the job, just see it's an opportunity, etc. Don't limit yourself. So I applied, and I actually got a summer position in my 1L with a reputable and very good law firm, which focuses on real estate, actually. And they do full service law firm, but they were specialized in real estate. And I went in there and I learned what a real estate lawyer does. I learned what a corporate lawyer and litigation lawyer does. And from there, I realized, okay, no, this is what I want to do. And in fact, I also did a little bit of SLS, student legal services, where you represent low-income individuals for small criminal matters that don't involve jail time. And I hated it. And I loved. So you see, you never know. Don't pigeonhole yourself. You just go in with an open mind, take a variety of classes, find something that interests you, ask questions, ask lawyers, shadow them, see what they do, actually understand what interests you, and follow your heart and follow the opportunities that are presented thereafter. In law school, there's the criminal law kids. The criminal law students. Yeah, they have their own clique because like they're so specialized and they do their own thing.
Yeah.
And the criminal law students are the most passionate law students. At least what I found. They love. I think those are the most passionate lawyers because going to criminal law, like you really have to like it.
Yeah.
It's a tough area,
It is.
specialized area.
Yeah.
You're not really touching other areas. Usually, criminals are focused on that. But I remember when I was in law school, the criminal law students, the ones who did the SLS, and then they became the mentors in SLS. Yeah, those ones were all kind of one click, and it was fun. I actually took what's funny? I took a lot of criminal law courses in law school because I didn't want to limit myself.
Oh.
I knew I was going toward corporate law and real estate law, but I was like, you know what? What if I hate it when I start working? So I took some family classes, I took some criminal classes, and the criminal law classes were actually the funnest classes. So I was like boys with the criminal law students. I was boys with the corporate, It was a good time. 100%. It was a great time. I don't regret any of it. And now, honestly, looking back now, if I were to give advice to any students going into law school, I would recommend to try to take other classes. Like, don't try to just specialize from law school. Oh. If you want to just do corporate law, don't only do corporate law. I would suggest to be open to take other classes. Take a family course.
Yeah.
Take a criminal law course, because number one, at least you understand the area a bit better. Number two, doesn't limit yourself. And number three, like, even if you're a corporate lawyer, if you're a lawyer, your friends and family that are going to call you for the quick, what do they call, cocktail, consultation when they're, at a party or whatever, they're going to ask you, no one's not even going to need a merger and acquisition, No one's going to need some tax advice. They're going to be like, hey, how do I divorce my wife? They're going to be like, hey, I got the speeding ticket. How can you help me get out of it? Yeah. Those are the 90% of the questions you get. Yeah. And so if I only didn't realize I don't know how to answer, and like as a lawyer, you almost have like an expectation you should know the law. Yeah. So I'm glad I took those courses, and I'm glad I even touched in those areas throughout my profession.
It's good to be
so I can help.
Yeah.
I can help the community and help answer these questions. So zero regrets.
Zero regrets. So what inspired you to open up your own firm?
Well, we talked about it earlier. Yes. From a very extremely young age, I was an entrepreneur at heart. Yes. Okay. And for me, I always knew this was going to happen, even no matter what area I practiced. Yeah. No matter what profession I chose. If I was an engineer, Berjak Engineering. Oh. Yes. Yes. If I was a dentist, Berjak Dental Clinic. Okay, so that is. So for me, it wasn't a matter of if I was going to. It's just a matter of when. And that's just something that's innate in myself and my brother and our family. We just do our own thing because we rely on Allah for everything. The bird doesn't leave the nest in the morning and come back on an empty stomach. So if a bird comes back with provision, then surely I should, as a sophisticated individual and as a lawyer, inshallah. There are very difficult things in life. But when your back is against the wall, you only have one option. You find a way to overcome that and be successful. So for me, in my head, I knew I could only go to the U of A because my dad wouldn't accept anything else. And so I worked as hard as I possibly can, as I possibly could, sorry. And I did it, alhamdulillah, and that is a blessing from God. But if my dad didn't put that restriction on me, perhaps in my head, I would have been more lenient. Maybe I would have looked at the schools that have easier admissions to get into. And then I would have psychologically relied on those marks that I had to get. But in my head, I'm looking at the U of A admission. I need a 3.9, 3.8. Yeah. That's the average of 160. And that's what I based my benchmark at. If I put my benchmark lower, then for sure I would have went to the lower benchmark. Yeah. And so that's what I had to strive for. And that's what I did. And that's why I went to the U of A. It's very plain and so annoying. I make some elaborate statement. I like the U of A's. No, I'm not doing that. I'm from Edmonton. Mama said go to U of A, so that's what I have to. That's the final decision, U of A. And here we are. My brother Ahmed also went to U of A, and it was a blast. And it's so much fun.
Going to school with your brother, how is that?
The best.
The best?
It's the best, because listen, my older brother Ahmed, he's older than me. Yeah. I always look up. I still do look up to him, especially when I was like a kid. He was like the cool, older, smarter brother. Okay, and I always looked up to him. Mm-hmm. And then, I remember like in junior or like in elementary, I'd see him, you're like grade 2 and he's like in grade 5. Mm-hmm. Like seeing the grade 5ers was, doing their thing. They just seem so cool, right? Yeah. And then now I'm like in school with him and listen, now like, I was fanning over my brother and he's in class with me. Honestly, I was geeking. It was the coolest thing ever. I was so proud to have my brother in class with me. Yeah. And we got to work together, got to study together. We took as many classes as we can together and it was an experience and we didn't leave, And so Work as hard as you can in undergrad. Gain those habits because you're going to need them in the future. Time management is key and it is so important. You only have like how many working hours a day? 10 max before you get tired. 10 working hours a day. And time goes by quickly. So manage your time as best as you can. Extremely important. Read as much as you can because as a lawyer, you're going to read a lot. You're going to speak a lot. You're going to write a lot. Your speaking and your writing is going to improve by reading more because the more you read, the more you see how somebody else speaks and somebody more intelligent than you speaks and writes things, and you're going to naturally increase and get better at that. So read as much as you can, work as hard as you can, manage your time as best you can, and last but not least, always trust in God. Rely on Allah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Is that what you say?
Inshallah.
Yes.
That's what we say.
I'm learning.
Inshallah.